Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Restaurant News Networking Group, Chapter 2. We are a group of restaurant vendors who are here to help each other grow their business and to help any restaurateur or manager or chef who has an issue or a problem that they are having a difficulty with. We invite you to bring that information to us and we can try to solve it. We've got hundreds of years of experience amongst us, and you can reach us at 561-620-8888 or our website at trnusa.com. And if you'd like to watch the meeting or share it with a friend, we are on our YouTube page at Today's Restaurant. And we have two new people on the meeting this morning who would like to introduce. Debbie, good morning. Tell us who you are, what you do, and how we can reach you.
She's on the phone.
Oh,
No, she's muted.
Yeah.
all right, so let's go to Alper first.
Good morning, Alper Behar with Behar Insurance. We are a boutique insurance agency located in Florida, serving commercial businesses for their liability, property, and workers' compensation insurance policies. And lots of our customers include restaurants and service industry.
And how can we reach you?
BeharInsurance.com, B as in boy, EHAR insurance.com, or my cell phone is 954-980-4000. We do have an office line, but I presume people like to call cell phones.
Okay, thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, for inviting him.
My pleasure.
Debbie is still not with us.
There she is.
Yeah.
You got to take yourself off of mute, Debbie.
Are you on the phone, Debbie? Oh, she's
No.
on the phone. Okay.
She's on the phone.
When you're ready, give me the high sign. All right, we're going to, all right, Rick, why don't you start us off? Since you haven't been here a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I haven't been here a
Who's
while.
Rick? I don't know the guy.
You don't know the guy?
No.
Oh, gosh. Steve, pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Yeah,
How you
same
doing?
here.
Hey, good. It's great to be back. First of all, if Howard or Terry have been telling you what's been going on, I did have a major health scare last week. If anybody's interested, they could send me an email and I will follow up because it's just too long to go into here. But Rick Israel from the great state of Alabama, live here in Huntsville. I am a certified independent Medicare advisor and also do individual healthcare through the Affordable Care Act, and now getting into the group business side as I found out that there's a lot of businesses out there that need insurance for their employees and benefits. Company started a little over 20 years ago by my father, Steve Israel. I'm his successor. He used to be part of this group. And we are licensed in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Mississippi, and soon to be Texas. My information will be on the email. If I can be of any assistance, please let me know.
I'm going to tell us
I'm
how
unmuted. I'm unmuted.
Okay. Tell us how we
Sorry.
can reach you, Rick.
You can reach me at rickbamainsurance@gmail.com. And my telephone number is area code 256-937-2537. All these tests that I've been through, my mind is completely fried right now. I tell you, I've been through 2 CT scan machines and a PET scan, and soon to be another CT machine next week with contrast. So been kind of an adventure.
All right. Well, welcome back. All right, Debbie, tell us who you are, what you do, and how we can reach you.
Hi, I'm Debbie Kelsey. I run a nonprofit in South Florida. What we do is we help individuals with disabilities to be able to find appropriate employment. We're a vendor of the Department of Vocational Rehab. We help individuals find jobs, keep jobs, and we work South Florida from Miami all the way to Vero Beach. I can be reached at 561-715-4379. My website is www.icanfl.org. My email is Debbie, DEBBIE, @icanfl.org. Also, any business that hires somebody with a disability gets a tax break. We have job coaches that come in and assist. Just because you have a disability doesn't mean that you're not employable. When you say disability, it doesn't mean just an intellectual disability or in a wheelchair. It could be many things. We have clients that have intellectual disabilities and we have people that have master's degrees. So it's really very open and our people want to work. They just want an opportunity. They're hard workers and we work to help them be successful. And Howard, thank you, and Terry for giving me this opportunity.
Good. Thank you for coming. Welcome.
Can I say something? Debbie, I want to say thank you very much for what you do. My son is on the autism spectrum. He's Asperger's.
Mhm.
And for years, nobody would give him an opportunity. And all he wanted to do was work. And now he's very successful what he does. You know, he's not going to be the engineer, the doctor, the lawyer, but he loves to work. And I appreciate what you do to help individuals like that out.
Well, thank you. And these are people that work hard, care, and they just want to be a part of a staff. It's amazing. I also have an 80-pound Labradoodle that I take with me on interviews to make people feel at home. His name is Chance because we asked for a chance. So I'm very blessed. I love what I do and I love the opportunity to change people's lives.
And
Thank
we
you.
have known Deb for a long time and she works really hard for you. And that dog is precious. I just love him. I
Thank
love
you.
him.
And actually today is his birthday.
Aw. Hope he gets a cupcake.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, he eats
we'll
everything.
we'll all sing happy birthday later.
Okay.
A lot later.
Ed, good morning.
Morning,
Thank
Ed.
you, Debbie. Welcome. And thank you, Alper. Both welcome. Ed, you're up.
Good morning, everybody. This is Ed Gerton with Seacoast Sales in Orange Park, Florida. We're a company that sells equipment specializing in frozen dessert equipment. So we have batch freezers, soft serve machines, whipped cream machines, display cases, slushy machines, hot chocolate machines. You can reach me at 904-334-4489. Have a good day. And Rick, I'm glad you're doing better. Okay.
Do you have any used dipping cabinets?
No,
know where there may be one?
I stay away from used dipping cabinets because the odds of them getting to your location without damage is slim to none. So I completely stay away from used dipping cabinets. I got burned a couple of times and I won't touch them anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay, thank you. Brian, good morning.
Morning, everybody. Brian with Rogue Financial Group. We're a commercial equipment financing company. I've been in the industry for about 15 years. Our company's actually out of Miami. And what we do is, again, commercial equipment financing. I primarily focus on the hospitality side, which is restaurants, hotels, breweries. I do some convenience stores. Been into entrenched a little bit on the food trailer, food cargo trailers. But what we do is, again, commercial equipment financing. And again, we work with all industries. I can be contacted at 404-723-7222. Thanks.
All right, thank you. John, are you with us? All right, we'll get back to him.
Yes, I am, but give me for right now. I'll come right back in a minute.
Okay. Terry, good morning.
Oh, good morning. I forgot what group I
I was
was in.
trying to
There were two
shut that
other
to her.
Terrys in the other group.
It's a trick
She's like
question.
she's right in the next room and she still didn't hear you, Howard.
No, come on, guys. There's two other Terrys in the other group. How's everyone today? Pretty much everyone knows what I do except for Deb. I don't know if she does or doesn't, but what I do is work with the team here that give me leads all month of places that are coming in. I am telling you, restaurants, hotels, nightclubs, all into Florida. We hit from the Panhandle down to Key West. We handle. We also, it's a monthly list, a monthly leads report list, and an Excel spreadsheet. We also have one for Georgia. A lot more information coming from Georgia as Rick, Huntsville seems to be the #1 place in the nation where people are actually bringing their businesses to, which I was shocked to hear. I watch a lot of stuff and that's what they said. So it seems pretty good. But anyways, we've added some of Alabama, started adding that into the Georgia list, not Florida, but Georgia. And if anybody that gets the Florida list wants the Alabama leads, I will send those to you also. So just let me know. Anybody that needs a sample, let me know. We'll give you the owner's name. We'll give you the email address, about when they're opening, their phase of construction. If you have any questions, you can ask, email, call.
How?
Terry at trnusa.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. One of the famous quotes in American business is simply, take all my money, but leave me all my people. And within 2 years, I will have all my money back. That quote is from Andrew Carnegie, a guy who knew a few things about making money. And that's what our business is all about, the importance of people. We provide human capital for those companies looking to either upgrade, or if a company is expanding, their talent of who they have on the roster. We work on salaried positions only, whether it's inside the 4 walls of a restaurant or director of operations or president of the company. We've worked all those types of positions over the last short but illustrious 42 years that we've been doing this wonderful profession. And I was speaking with a potential new client yesterday, and he said, well, what do you guys do? And how do you do what you do? And I said, I tell you what, I primarily bring talent to you, but before we go there, I need to find out who you want, what kind of background you're looking for, what kind of experience you're looking for.
Hold on, let me.
All of a sudden, it's the World Wrestling Federation.
I just muted him.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yes. So I put together our 12-step program, 12 steps in our search and placement process. And it starts with profile development, and it ends with facilitating the transition. And this is put together over years of experience, trial and error, maybe more errors than trial. But the reality is the voice of experience is 42 years of placing aces in great places. That's who we are. That's what we do. Chris Kaufman, CHRIS Kaufman and Company, conveniently reached throughout the United States, 404 All-Star, because we provide all-star talent. 404 All-Star equals 404-255-7827. And in New Jersey, call 404-255-7827.
Nice to see you, Chris.
And hey, Chris, that beach looks good in Vidalia.
Oh, yes, I know. And I'm trying to sell beachfront property without having to show it, actually. Just, just
Amazing how you made the water stand still.
It sounds
wait till I
perfect
walk
for-
on it.
All right, Steve, good morning.
Good morning, guys. I'm Steve Whitehill. I own Anchor Business Advisors. We're business brokers and M&A guys. We help people buy and sell businesses. We like to think that we help them live the life they want. And today I want to tell you about a business I have for sale. It's an ice cream yogurt place. It's in, it's in Polk County. I thought this one was in Broward. It's in Polk. And it makes 109,000 on $264,000 of sales. And you can buy it for only $250,000. And with an SBA loan, you can probably put only $50,000 down. Maybe even actually 25,000. What's interesting about this, while it's a very profitable business, it has 2 employees, 2 full-time, 2 part-time. However, when I started looking at this, while I thought it was a nice business, I really wouldn't recommend it. And so the question is why? While it's a 10-year-old business, this guy who's selling has only owned it for 1 year. So I don't know if he's screwed it up or what's going on. It's a little difficult to tell because in a year you can really screw up any business. Anyway, Steve Whitehill, Anchor Business Brokers. Let me help you make your day kind of routine.
Well, I can tell you that that's the kind of work that Steve does. I mean, if he looks at a restaurant, he just doesn't just look at what the guy tells him. Steve's a trained CPA, and he knows numbers, and he'll dig deeper. He'll find out the real story.
Thank you.
Speaking about digging in the real story, how about John?
Hey, my name is John Longobardi, founder of Global Telecom Consultants. We specialize in any vertical, but specifically helping restaurants that are starting up, opening their doors, that need internet, phones, cell phones, internet backup. But we also specialize in emerging technologies. A lot of organizations don't have the time to kind of sift through the different technologies that are being released at this time. And there's a lot of, worker attrition, the economy and the supply chain. So what we do is we come in and we kind of look at all of their telecom and try to find ways to help them either improve productivity, reduce expense, do more with less. And that's basically what we do. And you can get with us. I just got a new number here at 754-800-9293. I need glasses. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Kevin, you're back. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it helps when you don't put a knife through your hand. So glad to be back.
Oh my gosh.
So, Propel You Forward. We help you achieve your outcomes that you need to run your business successfully. And that can go from A to Z, but primarily helping, whether you have a limited IT staff or no IT staff, helping you, whether you're a franchise owner or you're independent. We work in both areas very successfully. So whether it's an infrastructure building, whether it's security around both physical security and, more importantly, or equally important, cybersecurity. I encourage everybody to look at the report that IBM just put out. This first quarter has been off the charts with respect to the number of businesses that are being attacked, and that can be found at ibm.com/reports/data-breach, BREACH. It's a very enlightening report. It should also prompt anybody and everybody, whether it's your own personal systems or obviously your business systems, to seriously put a plan in place to start to build the infrastructure around cybersecurity that's going to protect your business today and going forward. So it's Kevin Emmelheiser, Propel You Forward. That's PROPEL, the letter U, the number 4, WARD. You can text or call 734-234-0208. Obviously, too, on all the social media platforms at propelyouforward.com is our website. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if anybody's noticed it or not, but I've noticed it, especially on LinkedIn now. I'm getting requests for connections on LinkedIn, usually on the weekend, from companies or people from out of the country, a lot from China, and people who have not posted at all. And sometimes a 20-something girl or sometimes a guy. It's just, you just look at it and you know that something's not right. And I don't know if that's like the initial entree into getting to your information, but well, you know, just be careful with that.
Yes, of course it is. China with all they're infiltrating. Are you kidding? Absolutely. And you do get a lot of those. You cannot even look at those. Just delete, delete, delete. Don't
Well,
even.
This is on LinkedIn, which is gives it a little bit of authenticity, but it's
No.
not.
Mm-mm. If they can break into your bank accounts, they can certainly get into LinkedIn.
All right, Joe Cregan, good morning. I got you on mute, Joe.
I'm sorry, I thought I was sounding good. Joe at Clyde Payment Services. Joe at Clyde Payment Services, just west of Fort Lauderdale Airport in downtown Davie. We do three things. We support about 750 clients in Florida and nationally through 2 to 3 direct salespeople and about 40 to 50 independent agents across the country. With their payment processing, their payroll processing, payment processing from Fiserv, which used to be First Data, payroll processing from ADP, and we resell POS systems for restaurants and retailers, primarily restaurants, from 2 vendors, Clover, which is probably one of the largest vendors of POS systems to small and medium-sized businesses today, and Adelo, which has been automating well over 150, 200,000 restaurants for years. So we sell POS, payments, and payroll. We put the POS in on a monthly program. We hope to get 2 recurring revenue streams off of it. The payroll processing from the time clock, and of course the credit card payments. And we offer low rates, 24/7 customer service, 24-hour funding, and obviously knowledgeable sales and support both here in Fort Lauderdale and across the country. My website, www.cardpaymentservices.net, and my office number is 954-635-5044. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Now I'm going to double back to our new people. It's just Debbie, is there anything you'd like to add after seeing what we do on the phone? Well, all right, well, Alper, is there anything you want to add after seeing?
Sorry.
Oh, there
I'm
you go.
doing this on my phone and I'm keep muting it because I have 4 dogs here. I'm scared that they'll bark. Thank you so much for including me. If anyone needs, help finding staff or knows anybody with a disability in South Florida, please pass my name on. I always love helping people and helping businesses. So thank you again for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you. Alper, you want to add anything to your?
Thank you very much for all of you allowing me to be part of today's meeting, and thank you, Steve, for inviting me. I see a lot of potential synergy here, including payroll with workers' compensation, financing with insurance protection. And so we are a necessary evil. Make sure that the businesses are properly protected, and hopefully they will never need it. But if people need, insurance is the only thing you cannot buy when you need it.
Right.
That's true.
Okay. I'll give you my intro, and then I have a topic that I think this is going to be really interesting for everybody. I'm Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News. We've been in publishing since 1996. That's 28 years. Pretty amazing for the newspaper business. We offer, as I said, the newspaper. We offer email marketing. We offer video email marketing, Terry's restaurant leads report, and our networking meetings. And if you'd like to be part of the meeting, give us a call at 561-620-8888. You know, during the week and over the past several weeks, the biggest topic that's out all over is AI. Since Elon Musk made his famous prediction that the AI is going to take over the world, etc. And there are so many articles out there and so many different points of view with AI. And I came across one that really, Joe Cregan touched on it just now when he mentioned Aldelo, the company that he represents. They just came out with a AI feature that allows a restaurant owner to create his menu, or lets AI create his menu quicker than it would be by typing it or handwriting it. And the biggest feature that it has is that, let's say you have a hamburger with French fries on your menu, or you're putting it on your menu. If you type HAM, you're going to get probably like a drop-down box. Joe can probably tell me more about this, but it gives you options as to what that item is. And as more items are added, it learns what's going on so that there'll be more suggestions as you proceed with designing the menu. Joe, do you know anything about this?
They just released it. I haven't, I mean, if it works like it's advertised, it saves me or my staff a lot of time, because typically to put in a restaurant menu, especially a liquor menu, it takes 4 to 6 hours. When you look at all the possible drinks and combinations, it could be 700 possible items out there just for a bar, okay, with the drinks. So we hope it cuts down that, because in the past, I used to charge programming fees, installation fees. We don't do that anymore. All right. Yeah, they've been pushing it the last couple of weeks. I haven't seen it, but basically, if it will type up hamburgers, it brings up the suggestions and the modifiers. So it's not going to cut down my time or my staff's time in putting a new menu, but obviously the restaurateur, as they have to maintain their menu, is going to save a lot of time. But that's on the programming side. I'd like to see it come up something on the end user side, where the end user could just say, I don't know, hamburger, have it pop up in there. And I'm sure that's coming soon with all the kiosks and stuff.
Well, I think that it probably will, because in our other group, we've got somebody who does kiosk. I'm gonna ask him about that.
And Adelo has a good kiosk software too. Their software is amazing. I mean, they've taken their Windows product, which has been around for years, and put it into the cloud, and Android and Apple. And it's like buying a car loaded. You know, everything is standard. You don't have to pay for this, you don't have to pay for that. So inventory, timekeeping, reservations, wait list management, it's all in there for, really, we sell it for $49 a month for the software. So it's a good deal.
Yeah, I know that and I've been hearing about AI for years and the potential of taking over the world, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But it's a little, you know, something that every company is looking at. And anybody have any information on how it can affect us, affect you and your business, affect restaurants? Because AI is included in robotics too.
I use it now to help me write stuff of all sorts. It's not always easy to get what you want out of it. I had a new listing, which I put up. It's a travel agency. And I asked it to write me and I had to reword it a couple of times for what I should say for a business broker for a travel agency. And it did. It was the real trouble I had with it was salesy. I can even tell you what it came up with. Give me 2 seconds here. So, oopsie, Florida travel agency. Okay. Sorry, I have to log in. If you want, I can actually share what I did. But I said, the first thing I said is write a sales piece for a business broker selling a travel agency in Florida. Gear it to other brokers and not too salesy. And it said, I'm excited to present. Well, that's just a little too salesy for me. To present to you a rare and exceptional investment opportunity. I may want to say that to a buyer, but I don't want to say it to a business broker. They look at me like I'm crazy. It's just, so it can be very helpful, and I used various bits and pieces out of it, but it isn't necessarily perfect. But part of the trouble is knowing how to ask the question.
I used it. I used it yesterday. I'm doing an event tomorrow, and Medicare plans are rated by star levels 1 through 5. And I typed in, what are the advantages of a 5-star Medicare Advantage plan? And it gave me 4 bullet points. Now, obviously, AI is only as intelligent as the individual that, programs everything, because there are certain things we can and cannot say in our field of insurance, but AI doesn't know that. So obviously, just like you said, Steve, you've got to trim some out. You got to take some stuff out that's not allowed. But I mean, what AI did for me in 5 minutes would have taken me, with interruptions, at least 2 to 3 hours to write. And it took 10 minutes at the most for it to be done and trimmed down. So it's, I've always been a little hesitant of it. I guess when I hear AI, I think of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator. I think if, it's just, if it stays in the right hands, I think we're okay.
Well, AI is truly if it's AI, it's truly self-learning. So it would actually over time correct itself. Or you might be able to say, tell me the same thing, but you can't say these following things. And that might help. It's also how you question it. But what did you use? GPT chat, or did you use Bing chat?
I did Chat GPT.
I said the free version.
Yeah, free version. Yeah.
The interesting thing is that Chat GPT, I like it better for writing. It gives you a better writing style, I think. But the database that it has is only through September of 21, where Bing Chat is current. It's a live database.
I've got Bing Chat as well, because obviously it's there. But the Chat GPT, I just signed up for that yesterday, the free version of it.
Yeah, I think for writing it's superior, but you can manipulate Bing Chat a little bit to do a better job of writing, but it's not. And by the way, if you ask Bing Chat for the differences between Chat GPT and Bing Chat, one of the things it says that Bing Chat does a better job of writing.
But
I think one of the fears with AI is that people using chat, for example, used to write an article, and now you're becoming an editor because the article's written for you, and now you can take out and adjust what was written to fit your own needs. And I think we're all going to look at it. We're all going to become Max Headroom.
Well, Howard, the only thing about the Chat GPT or the Bing GPT that would concern me as, if I was an educator, like a teacher, how is this going to be used in schools? Because, obviously when I was in school, I had to read Tom Sawyer. Well, now I can go to Chat GPT and say, write me a 500-word, report on Tom Sawyer. Okay. And you would never read the book. You can turn the report in, and the teacher would, If the teacher's smart enough to know the difference, but
supposedly the teachers have a tool that identifies if the essay is AI written or not.
Well,
My daughter is in high school and she just mentioned me about that 2 weeks ago, that the teachers are catching kids using AI on their essays.
Wow. That's interesting.
also, if you ask Chat GPT the same question, or any of them, it'll come up with the same answer. So if everybody keeps on doing the same thing, then frankly, it'll be obvious who wrote it and who didn't, because they'll all look almost identical. Interestingly enough, one of the things in Chat GPT is if you don't like the response, you don't have to do anything. You can say just regenerate, and it'll come up slightly differently each time.
So hypothetically, in a few years, let's say the subject is the safest car on the road. So the AI is self-learning, and they are in a given time period, all AI is going to tell us to buy a certain brand, certain type, and certain color. And we will have no other options because is gonna be the safest car on the road. So that is a danger coming with that. And AI is lacking human interaction. AI cannot read the room, and AI cannot create art or anything like that because it doesn't have feelings.
Actually, it does create art, and some of the art is actually pretty good. And I just asked the question to Bing Chat, because Bing Chat's database is live. So in case you're interested, the answer it comes up with, and it's interesting, the 2017 Chevrolet Volt, the Honda Ridgeline, the Honda Elantra, Hyundai Santa Fe, Subaru Legacy, Toyota Prius, and the Volvo XC60, FYI. So you can actually do that already and get an answer. I have no idea how true that is, but you would have a better idea.
Yeah, but over time, maybe that list is going to be down to one.
Could be. You know, it depends how you, if I would have said, what is the number one safest car, it may have come down to one. So it depends how you phrase the question. And you're right. One of the things with AI, if it's truly AI, it's self-learning. So it learns from its responses and the information, the back and forth that you interact with it, it learns.
Better than my child.
Howard, what
I'm
is
sympathetic.
what is the black thing that you have in your den that you?
That was the beginning of AI. Well, it's not really AI, but it's Alexa.
Okay, so they did a study on Alexis. I don't know if anyone else saw it, but I looked it up, and they asked Alexis a question that there's no way that it should have known. And it knew the question in detail, and it kept saying, why are you asking me this question? Why are you asking me this question? It was, and it's very scary. I unplugged it because it can hear every single thing you say, even if you don't say anything to it. And it's a very scary thing. It's a very ominous, the answer was, and you can look it up. What question was Alexis asked that it should not have known? And I'll tell you something, you'll be shocked. There's no way that it could have known the question. I mean, the answer, because it had something to do with something in the future that hasn't even been discussed. So when I hear A1, I get a little scared. I remember the first movie, remember Hal the computer? And then remember, you know, the A1, obviously. Movie, it's just too real. Somebody created all that and they knew what they were doing when they created it. And you got to really watch, like when your phone wants you to update, and it asks for this and accept cookies, which are really nothing, but they really are, because they give you, if you read those, it gives third-party information, your information. And people don't realize that. They just write accept cookies, which you really shouldn't do. So based on everything, they know where you are at all times, what you're doing, what you spend, what you buy, when you buy it. And this is only going to make it way worse. I mean, convenience, yes. Technologically advanced, yes. But it's a little too much.
I think it's leading to so much data being collected. And let me go back to that hamburger addition to a menu. If you were adding a hamburger with fried onions and mushrooms, let's say, at some point, AI is going to be able to turn around and tell you, I don't think you should put that on the menu because a hamburger with mushrooms and onions doesn't sell as well as something else. So it becomes who's
It starts
leading
to
who?
think. It starts to think in human form, and it's very scary. And I know that's appeasing, especially to the younger generation who really don't understand what it all means. But I for one, am really terrified of it. I really am. I mean, but there's nothing you can do. It's already out there. You've already,
The genie's out of the bottle, as they say. So you have to learn to live with it. And
no, you don't.
Terry, I think every generation, there's always something new.
right.
I'm really, really big into documentaries, and I've got Hulu, and I found a lot of documentaries like The Cars That Made America or The Men Who Made America. And let's talk about cars. I mean, before the gas engine, there were horses and buggies. And
Right.
everybody's scared of gas engines because what if they explode? Well, now we're evolving from gas to electric vehicles. So, I mean, every generation, and I either disagree or agree with you. I'm just saying, I understand exactly
Right.
where you're coming from, but every generation is going to have something new. I mean, my kids are going to be seeing something new.
Right.
I get it, but that's really scary. This is your personal life. This is like facial recognition when you're walking down the street. They know who you are already. This whole COVID thing, I don't even want to go into that, but the whole thing with the facial recognition, taking the blood for the DNA, they've got everybody's DNA. It's a lot. I watch a ton of documentaries on this. I don't even watch TV. I watch YouTube, and I watch I actually watched Steve would know who it is. Oh, he's on my phone. He deals with the presidents, the minister of defense. He's very, very, very high up. And he had a lot to say about COVID, about it being man-made, which we all know came from China, and about the vaccines, about the whole reason the whole thing was done, and then why China did a lockdown. It's very scary. It's very, if people actually concentrated on what was going on in the world and not other things, you would be shocked at what's happening.
Besides the menu creation, how do you think AI is going to affect the restaurant industry in general?
I think it already is. I think it already is.
It already is with the boards. You go in on and you order on the boards and then pick up. And it does upsell. It does ask if you want more things. It shows you photos. And I use it. I use it when I have to.
Kevin, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's being used in a variety of different ways, and it's not necessarily, well, in most cases, it's not replacing staff, but it's enabling staff to be more effective, more efficient, more knowledgeable, more expedient. So I think there's going to be certain sectors where human interaction is always going to be needed. And again, it's a generational thing, which I've talked about before, which has been alluded to here, is that, with each passing generation, they grow up in this certain realm of technology, and it's just, part of their life. But there's always going to be a need for human interaction at some level. So AI is being utilized in many ways in restaurants, and I haven't seen it yet be or resulting in an elimination of physical human beings. So I think it helps, you hire people smarter, faster. It helps you process orders. It helps you, as we alluded to here, build menus faster, quicker. So I think that's the other issue, is that, I think I've mentioned this before, but McDonald's did a study where they thought, people are so impatient that waiting 3 minutes in a drive-through was too long. And they wanted to get it down to a minute, and they did, but yet not realizing the impact that was having on their employees. And this was not using AI. So, there's a couple of drivers in the marketplace, and which I think will be a separation, especially in the restaurant business. The word fast casual and, quick serve bring with it a certain expectation. And sometimes it's a matter of managing those expectations. So as we've talked about, AI is not going away. And yes, anything and everything can be used for good or evil. So it's just, you need to understand the technology. You need to understand that, in fact, you're right. You can, if you've never ever noticed, like if you have Alexa on in your house, and this happened to my wife and I like 4 years ago, we mentioned something we wanted to buy, she wanted to buy. Then all of a sudden on her phone started appearing ads. And we didn't even have we didn't even think Alexa was on. So,
if it's plugged in, it's on.
Yeah, right. So it's just being an educated business person or an educated consumer, and understanding the realm of, what technology is doing and how it works. And so, but as far as the restaurant sector, I mean, we're just seeing it right now as a positive way for businesses to be profitable and to stay in business.
Oh, agreed. Absolutely agree with you. I kind of got off in a worldly tangent there. It wasn't, I went a little past the restaurants there. Sorry.
Well, about, I was going to tell you about, I guess, talk about AI, we've talked about keeping employees. Sorry. There's a Chick-fil-A up the road. I think they've done a pretty good job of it, keeping people employed. I think there was maybe 12. He had signs out there that they gave scholarships to people for kids going to college. And I asked the guy when I went to the drive-through, the manager, I said, how do they get these scholarships? And a lot of them have been there over a little bit over a year. Some of these kids that have worked in high schools and going to college, and I think it's like a $500 scholarship. But yeah, I mean, you're trying to keep people, good employees. Some are, some don't last. But then again, Kevin was talking about AI, so I guess in some way that's going to replace things later on. But
I think as the months go on, we're going to see more and more and faster innovations using it, and we'll have to stay on top of that as well. Anyway, we've come to the end of our hour. I want to thank everybody for coming. Alper and Debbie, I hope you enjoyed yourself, and we welcome you back next week. And all of you have a great weekend. And if anybody watching would like to attend the meeting, please give us a call at 620-8888, or go to our website, trnusa.com. Have a great weekend.
All right.
We'll see you next week. I'll keep this
See you,
window
Rick.
open.